Good day, my name is Kanya Debe, and today I'll be doing a PowerPoint presentation on the different types of business growth. There are different ways your business can grow. Today we're going to discuss the different types of growth as well as what actions Afrosound Studios can take under each type of growth, as well as the benefits and disadvantages of each type of growth. Now, one type of business growth is organic business growth. This is the type of business growth where more property may be bought and there's an increase in the production of goods and or services. This is all about an increase in sales because of the company's resources. A potential action that can be taken is to increase things such as the amount of music that is being released by the business and increase the releases as well as episodes of the series about African artists in order to gain more traction online. And more talented artists can be brought in, and perhaps a larger premises can actually be acquired in order to accommodate all this growth. Now, one benefit of this strategy is that it can be easy to follow out and to follow through. However, one risk is that it is not sustainable for most of the time. Internal business growth is another type of business growth. Now, this type of business growth type is all about making use of internal assets such as employees to make the business grow. Action that the company can actually take can be assessing the current employees as well as the skills that these employees have, or even ensuring that people with the relevant skills are hired, skills such as music producing and creating social media content. And as an assessment can actually be done to see how these skills can actually be used as an advantage to grow the business instead of having to go outside of the business and outsourcing these skills. Now, a benefit of this growth type is that it is simple to carry out, as it is mostly about assessing the employees that are present as well as the skills that they have and using it for the good of the business. However, a risk is to convince the employees to actually commit or agree to the plan. Now, another type of business growth is strategic business growth. Now, for this type of business growth, a strategy called forecasting may be used, where it is anticipating customer demands for a product or service for the future. And it is also about making sure that the company is ready for it in terms of resources such as supplies, staff, and premises. Now, all this can assist when expanding into new markets, as knowing how to predict customer demands will be very important, as this is what this type of growth is essentially about. It is essentially about just venturing into new markets and anticipating customer demand and ensuring that the company is well prepared for it. Now, potential action that can be taken by the studio can be to actually venture into new markets, such as working with mobile device companies and having the artists' songs actually used in commercials or even ringtones for those mobile devices. They can also work with event brands, and perhaps the company can sponsor some events or make deals so that the artists perform there so that they get their name out there. Now, one benefit of this type of growth is that the risks that are being taken are more planned out as the forecast strategy is being used. However, one risk is that the forecasting strategy may actually be inaccurate. Now, another type of business growth is mergers and acquisitions. Now, this type of business growth can be defined as when a business joins another business. This is what we refer to as a merger, or when a business takes over another business. This is what we call an acquisition. Now, action that can be taken by the business is that they can merge with other studios in order to create a merger, or you can take over other businesses like a smaller studio or smaller studios as well as its artists. Now, a benefit is that it can take away some competition, as the business can either work with another business as a merger, or it can take over as an acquisition. Now, one risk is that the brand identity of the original company can actually get lost, as people may associate the company with the company that they merged with or that the one that they took over, instead of actually focusing on what the original company was all about and what it stood for. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.